Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. My name's Charles, back on another little camping adventure tonight. I thought I'd bring you all along. For those that watched the last couple of videos, you'll know this channel is dedicated to my son Levi. Give him an opportunity to see me and see my adventures and what I get up to, see a little bit about my personality. It's getting a little late in the evening, I think it's around 8 o'clock now, but I've decided I need to get out and get on another little camping trip, so I'll bring you back as I get further along the journey or when I get to my destination, and we'll take it from there. I'll see you all soon. Entering the trail. As you can see, we have a couple of options to go here. We can go straight ahead, or we can go up. So today I'm looking at going up this way. Let's see what we can find. It's a much steeper climb than it looks on camera. I don't really think it shows up very well. It is a bit of a tough one. This is the view. We're at halfway up. It's just nice to get out, get a bit of fresh air. Sun's going down. I reckon we've got about an hour, maybe less, of light. Only due to the clouds, but we'll collect some wood, get this campsite set up. We've come to another little fork in the road. We've got left, straight ahead, or we can go up this way. So I think we're going to go up this way today. The crunchy footpath, everyone's favourite. Yep, so we're on a little adventure now through the woods. See if there's something flat. I would have liked to have been set up by now. Normally I would have been, but unfortunately, like I say, someone else has nabbed my location. So looking for the next best thing. I mean, the problem around here is everything's quite on a slope. It's quite hard to see it on the camera, but it is a bit of a pain. But such is, this is part of camping. Part of the adventure is trying to find a good location. And I've been up here so many times, but I normally can rely on my secret little spot being free. But it sounds like it's full tonight with a few lads having some beers. So what we'll do in the morning is we'll pop down there and we'll see what kind of condition they've left it in. But other than that, I'll bring you back as soon as I find something flat and usable. Okay, possible location here. It's looking like about as flat as we're going to get. But I'll be honest with you, under a crazy looking tree. But yeah, I'll be honest, this is not so bad at all. There's probably enough space here for me to get my tent up and have a little fire, etc. Guess the only mission now is to go back and look for my camping bag. Let's see if I can remember where I put it, because I didn't use a GPS or anything. It's just next to a tree. But as you can see, there's a lot of trees. So wish me luck. In fact, I'll bring you with me on the journey back. Let's see if we can find it. Flip that camera around. Oh, this is part of the adventure though. This is what makes camping fun, isn't it? So I know where the location is that I want to camp. Now, we just need to find this rucksack that I've left. And then we can start the laborious chore of trying to collect firewood, which is always fun. But if you've seen the last video, then you'll know that I've got a really good saw. So, and it's been dry. I say the average temperature in Manchester, which is where I'm from, if you don't know, the average temperature for the last couple of weeks has been around 30 degrees centigrade. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit for all you Americans out there that watch, but I'm sure you can do the conversion yourself. It's a nice little pile of tinder I can make use of. Right. Where did I leave this bag? Oh, eyes like a hawk. I think I've just spotted it right there. Let's see if I'm right. Oh yeah, would you look at that. I'm glad I didn't have to waste half an hour trying to find that thing. At least it's not green. But yeah, the last thing you want to do when you're out in a close by proximity to where you want to camp, while you're looking for a spot, you don't want to be carrying your bag around because it's unnecessary. But I'm glad we found a spot now, so I'm going to get set up. One thing that's on my to-do list, in fact I'll talk about this later, but there's a few things I want to talk about tonight regarding my camping gear and stuff. I mean, my rucksack, as you can see, is an 85 litre, but it's quite unnecessary, I think. But like I say, I'll talk about this later. I'll get my gear on and I'll bring you back when we get back up to the little spot. Let's get his gear out of here. Probably not the best packed bag in the world. Some spare clothes on the top there. The saw I was telling you about earlier, amazing saw. What else have we got? We've got the tent. I don't really want to talk too much about advertising, brands, etc, etc. We'll talk about that later though. Have a birthday present So this is for my son Levi when he turned 1. Unfortunately, despite me trying everything I could, his mother would not let me see him. So I've got a load of presents still at home to unwrap, or for him to unwrap when he's older. But this is one of the presents that I got for him when he turned 1. But I'll show you this more later. Yeah, I'll leave that down here for now. Floor mat, always necessary. Camping chair. Tent poles, you don't want to go anywhere without your tent poles. Get this tent unwrapped. I actually did find a way to wrap it a little bit smaller than usual, so just easier to pack in the bag, etc. Got this sorted out. Pegs, I don't want to leave the house without the pegs. I've really no idea how this video is going to turn out. What I do know, after buying the tripod that I bought, is I 100% need to buy a better one. Because it's no use. It's falling over. There's not really many good positions I can put it in. And also, I really need to buy myself an actual camera if we're going to do this more regular. Using a phone, the light is terrible. But my favourite tent, what I've been using for years, good old Faithful. Never let me down. Two poles, nice and easy. Larger one at the front, shorter one at the back. And as someone pointed out in my last video, which I forgot to point out, was you have a tapered centerpiece. It just makes life a little bit easier when it comes to stretching the fabric over the top. As you can see here, tapered in the centre, nice and easy. Some people don't like the fiberglass poles, say they're cheap, etc. But living in England, we very rarely come across gale force winds where you need to worry about having aluminium poles. Leave that for the Arctic campers. But yeah, this tent's nice and easy to set up. I've only got a half sleeve, so it slides in nice and easy. Whew, the midges are out in full tonight, I tell you. I don't think I've ever experienced midges up here in these woods. Normally from my Scotland trips, but such is life. As you can see, nice and simple. I see people struggling with tents and stuff a lot. I don't really know why. It's like setting up a tent is literally the easiest thing. If you know what you're doing, I guess. If it's your first time, maybe it can seem a bit daunting, but for the most part, really straightforward. A couple of sleeves, couple of poles, pop them in, off you go. One of the things I like about this tent though is the fact that it's just two poles. No crisscrossing, etc, etc. Another good thing about this tent as well is you can actually pitch the outside first before you put the inner in, which always helps in wet weather. And you can actually keep them both connected, which I've got now, the way I've done it. So once the outside's pitched, the inside's already connected, good to go. As far as that tent goes, that's it done, people. Simple zip up the front of the door. Inside here you can see on all four corners of the tent, you've got these little hooks. You just hook them anywhere really. There's always somewhere to hook them to. Same on this side. Hook it down. You see how the tent just clips in. I'm sure you've all seen this a million times. There's the inside of my tent. I think what needs to happen, there we go, just readjust. I mean, I think this is a really good sized tent, if I'm honest with you. It's a 2-man tent, but I think it's perfect for one. And that's really much what I use it for. You've got a pocket on this side, pocket on that side, somewhere to hang your torch or whatever you need at the top. I've got a few things to say about this tent as well. I've heard a few people that don't really like it, but one of the things I've noticed about this tent compared to tents that are far more expensive is the walls stay away from you. Whereas a lot of these modern expensive tents, you see the walls sagging in, like laying on top of you and stuff, and I don't really like it. And you do still get plenty of space between the actual tent and the wall. So yeah, it's a good little tent. Alright people, I'm back. It's definitely got a lot darker now. Can't really see much of anything, some lights in the distance. But we have the fire going. The midges have finally moved out to some next location. Hopefully they're attacking the other camp group instead of me. Got plenty of wood for tonight. I've got some spares for the morning in case they want to make some breakfast. I had some issues with my saw, so I thought it was clever before I left the house and wrapped up the edges with some tape, but I made it too tight and I couldn't actually get the saw out the packet, so I've had to rip the packet open. So we'll have to fix that in the morning, take some of the tape off and then readjust it. As I was saying earlier today, it was my little boy's birthday, first birthday, 25th of March 2023. Unfortunately I wasn't able to see him or see you if you're watching this when you're older, Levi. This is one of your presents, so I thought we could open it together and I'll explain a little bit more once we're inside. So let me just pause the video, try and set up my little stand and I'll bring you back. So here we are, it's a little camping story. This is you, Levi, out in the woods with all your teddies and animals. I've got a little story to read for you. Levi, you'll make me a happy camper. Off the beaten track, like squirrels, we'll scamper and head to the woods where life is good. We'll walk like bears, I'll howl at the moon for a bit, and you'll raid the marshmallows, my little fox kit. For the main event, I'll get up and set the tent. It may take 5 tries before it's done, but to build our campfire, I'll need only one. And at telling spooky stories, I'm second to none. Hey, what's that sound? I'll say, looking around. Must be a deer. But no need to fear, 'cause Daddy is here. But you have the ears of an owl, and will find it all too funny when I get scared by the growl of my very own tummy. Time for sausages, you'll laugh and say later. Levi, you'll always make the great outdoors even greater. I love you, Levi, so much. I'll show you the little book again. Now, there's many more stories. I wish I could have done this in daylight for you, but nonetheless, it's the first of many stories to come. Happy birthday, Levi. I love you always. So yeah, as you can see, my little gas stove setup is working a treat, the new one. Small bottle, 227 grams, my little adapter. Boiling my water away, although I very much doubt it's going to be biojet, but getting there. It's only been on for about a minute maybe. I know there's a lot of campers out there that have their own preferences, coffees, teas, etc. Mine is definitely a hot chocolate. So what we've got for tonight is, I've got myself, here it is, some hot chocolate, cheap and cheerful, probably about 50 cups in this bag. And as a cheeky treat, I also got myself some UHT milks. Couple of those in there for some extra creaminess. I'm not a big fan of the Coffee Mate powdered milk stuff. Doesn't really do the actual trick for me. So some real milk, all of which will go into my little thermal cup. There's a screw on lid, nice and simple, lightweight. From there to there, good to go. Fire's looking a little miserable right now, but we'll sort that out. I'm just being a bit lazy. We had some visitors come through maybe 10-15 minutes ago while I was trying to read the story. Actually, some young kids came over, maybe teenagers, whatever. The ones actually that had taken my original camping spot, but they'd got lost trying to find where they were going, so they ended up at my tent somehow. Like, hey, is this not my tent? It's like, no, you need to go over that direction another 10 minutes. And off they went. Well, they seemed alright, having a few beers and that, leaving to it. But right now, I think what I need to do, smoky, is I think I need to try and sort this fire out. Get some fresh logs on here. I've got a lot of good stuff, to be honest with you, but I was just not bothered with it because I've been reading the story and stuff and sorting out my hot chocolate. I'll get this fire roaring before you know it. I've still got plenty of wood to go. Woo! It is surprisingly smoky though, how dry the wood is. Like I say, in Manchester it's been dry for the last 2 weeks, so that's why I thought tonight would be a good night to get out. Tonight is Friday. On Sunday we're supposed to have rain. I think it was 87% rain when I checked the radar map last time. So I might actually come back out for a night of camping on either tomorrow night or Sunday, because I love a bit of camping in the rain. I didn't bring my tarp tonight because I didn't really need it, but I can always go home, grab that, come out for another night. Let me just check on this hot chocolate, see how we're doing. We're getting there. I've got it on the lowest heat. Don't really need to be in any kind of rush tonight. I'm definitely loving the new little pot that I've got though. Compared to the last set, if you've seen in my last video that I've been using it for years. But it's just too big. It's too big, too bulky. This does the treat just nicely. Just trying to clean the lid off, put it on the floor like an idiot. I always put it on the floor and forget. End up with leaf matter all over it. Get my lid back on anyway. And, bring you back when I'm sorting this hot chocolate out. Well, something you learn on every camping trip, I guess. If I'm going to be doing more filming, I need a better tripod, 100%. Because the one I've got here is absolute garbage. I mean, it really is garbage. You make do with what you got. It's the first one I'd ever bought before. Filming is all new to me, so yeah, definitely a new tripod. Next thing is going to be some better lighting. I've got a head torch here. Batteries are going. I do have some spare batteries, but I'm actually going to leave that in the footage just so you all see what I'm talking about. That was an example of why I need a better tripod. Let's not fake the funk here. Let's keep it all legit. So one, my phone is too heavy for this tripod. So the wind's hitting it, it's probably going to blow over again. Luckily the floor is soft, so it's not going to smash the phone. But yeah, the head torch doesn't provide enough light. Can't see shit. Excuse my language. My hot chocolate worked really quick. Probably took about 2-3 minutes. I'd say max 3 minutes to boil the water. I didn't boil it completely because obviously I need it to be drinkable. This is something I always do as well. With your lids, make sure you put your lid upside down, because when you put it on the floor, it gets covered in leaves. I always make that mistake. As far as the new gas stove that I got, worked a treat. I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. The gas regulator could be a little better, but beggars can't be choosers. I mean, it works, it does the trick. I've got a full hot chocolate here, which is way too hot if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's like scalding through the cup. And I didn't even boil the water fully either, so yeah, that's good. Sealable, resealable bag, nice and handy. I use 2 milks in my hot chocolate. Didn't bring any sugar because it's just unnecessary. Just having a warm drink tonight. And I'd love to do some more talking, but honestly it's kind of uncomfortable with the way I have to sit with this stupid camera. But the new chair as well that I got, honestly, if I can sit back like this, it's really comfortable. It honestly is, but I just don't think you can see me from here. You probably see like my hair down. It's a bit awkward. The fire is blazing. It's absolutely roasting hot. I've got so much wood. To be honest, I probably don't even need half of the wood I've got. I've got some noodles for later on tonight. I can show you some of the food I've brought with me if you want. Some people like to see this stuff, don't they? So give me 2 secs. So, if you all remember from my last video, if you bothered to watch it or not, I'm a cheap and cheerful guy when it comes to camping food. Bringing all the excess equipment and stuff, no point. So I've got a cup of noodles, original flavour, simple. Well, I've got 3 cup of noodles, a sweet and sour one. I have good old faithful chicken and mushroom. Breakfast, we've got some beef ravioli in a Branston sauce, always a winner. And later on, if I fancy a snack, I've actually bought myself a tin of rice pudding. No reason to need any more than that tonight. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even that hungry. I'll have my hot chocolate, maybe a cup of noodles before I go to sleep. That'll be it really. So I'm probably just going to watch a movie when I get into bed, relax. Oh, the heat off this fire is insane. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. Like, there's 3 channels that I watch. I mean, I don't know if you can see me right now, but we'll just make do with what we've got. So yeah, there's 3 other channels, camping channels that I watch regularly. I think one's called AB Camping. I could be wrong about these, I'll have to double check. But yeah, I think AB Camping is a guy from New Zealand, I believe. But his channel, like, is good because I like the fact he just talks for 2-3 hours. Some of the videos I've seen are too short. 40 minutes, quick, here's the woods, here's me setting up my camping. Sometimes it makes it hard to believe that they're really camping and they're not just made up videos. But AB Camping I do like. But one comment I've got about his videos that I find hilarious, it's just not my style of camping, everyone has their own style, is I feel like he brings out the entire kitchen with him, or half the house with him, to be honest. Like, I've seen him, he car camps a lot and stuff, but he'll set up his tent and he's got his Starlink, which I think is already a bit crazy. I mean, for me, if there's no internet, there's no internet. But yeah, he's got his Starlink with him. It's cool, but still I feel it's a bit unnecessary. And then he'll have his solar panels, his huge EcoFlow power station, power bank type thing, an air fryer, a mini fridge, these frying pans. Oh, I've seen him with all sorts of stuff, and it's like literally he literally brings half the kitchen with him, and I just find it hilarious. Where you've got me here, cup of noodles, hot chocolate, and fire. Simple. But who else do I watch? English Outdoorsman. Is it English Outdoorsman? Or it might be English Outdoors. Or Outdoor English, or Outdoor Woodsman? I don't know, can't remember. But I did a comment on his video a few videos back on a new tent that he was showing people, that he had some good things to say, some bad things to say. But the comment I made was basically telling him that it was a complete rip-off of the tent that I use. Been using this tent maybe 5 years or more. I call it Old Faithful, I take it everywhere with me. He was kind of knocking it a little bit, saying that, well, the version that he has, saying it's, you know, it's a cheap tent, it's a budget tent, blah blah blah. And I noticed when he was on the inside of the tent he had a lot of complaints about stuff. But all the things he was complaining about, I feel like are unnecessary. Like, nobody needs all the excessive stuff, extra hooks here, extra hooks there, this, that and the third. This tent is absolutely perfect. It's done me for 5 years, took it into the snow in the mountains, in the rain, hot weather. It's an amazing tent. It's a £50 tent. Like I say, I'm not going to keep bragging on about the brands and everything else, because that's another thing that does my head in about these camping videos. It's just people talking about brand names this, brand names that. Oh, look at this, oh, look at that. Follow my link in the description on my Amazon page. I feel like most of it is just all promotion. No one's truly invested in just enjoying camping. It's just another way to make money. That's how I feel about a lot of the videos. Not to say every video, because clearly some people do like camping, but they've just found a business model, a way of making money out of it, which all fair play to them, but it gets a little bit irritating every now and again. And it's like every camping trip they have to come out with a new tent, a new stove, a new this, a new that. I just feel it's unnecessary. Like puffer jackets, rain jackets, boots, this, that and a third. I might own a pair of joggers, a pair of 3-year-old Jordans, half holes in, and a t-shirt and a hat. Like, what else do you need? A sleeping bag, no bed, just a thermal mat, provides a bit of cushion, a bit of heat if you need it, and a pillow. Like, literally don't need much else. The other channel that I do like to watch is the Outdoor Gear TOGR, the Outdoor Gear Review channel. He says that he's agenda free, he buys all his own equipment, he gives honest reviews, and I feel like for the most part he really does. Like, I really do enjoy it. Of all of them, he's the one I probably enjoy the most watching. But still, there's a lot of product placement, and even if it is stuff that he's bought himself, I feel like not all of it is, because who realistically is buying a new tent, a new rucksack, a new this, a new that every week? I mean, who can afford all that? I mean, the prices of some of this stuff is ridiculous. And that's why I tried to be cheap and cheerful, low budget, to show people you can kind of have everything you need, but you don't need to spend an arm and a leg. That's the whole point of this channel, beyond the purpose of, you know, talking to my son, having some conversations, you know, just showing that you can do it cheaply, have a good time. You don't need to spend ridiculous amounts of money, honestly. Like, my whole setup over there is, if I had to make a guess, including all my camping equipment, my stove and everything, probably £120. I mean, you see a lot of these camping channels and they'd be like, right, we're going to do a budget camping video tonight. We're going to go out and buy all this gear on a low budget and see if we can get everything we need. And then they come back and they're like, oh, we've spent £200 or £250. It's like, £250? Are you crazy? Like, what are you buying? You don't need to spend all that to have a good night camping. You really don't. So, you know, anyone who's got any comments about anything that I'm saying, please feel free to comment. Obviously, like, share, subscribe. I really need to get some subscribers going. My goal right now is 100k, 100,000 subscribers. That's my goal for the channel at the moment. Because I'd love to be able to just go live while I'm out camping, speak to people directly as I'm out here doing it. Just talking to the camera sometimes, it does feel a little bit weird. This is only my second real video for camping, so I'll get better at it, because right now I'm not the best at filming. And obviously I know that I need to get probably a real camera, but it's not really in my budget right now. But I will do my best to save up, try and get a better camera, or at least some better lighting so we can see, and definitely a better tripod. But yeah, I mean, I can talk all night. One thing you'll learn about me is I can talk for England, and just talk and talk and talk and never shut up. I've got so much stuff to say about, so many opinions about everything, thoughts, feelings. In general, like, I love education, I love learning new stuff. I'm always reading up this, that, whether it's science, whether it's camping stuff, outdoor stuff, whether it's about the latest tech, just everything. I just love to learn new stuff. And I'm hoping that my son is the same, or Levi, if you're watching this. Like, I'm curious to know how you'll be in comparison to me when you're older. obviously I don't really have any influence on how you're developing or your personality or your sense of self. It's all down to your mum, I guess. I mean, I'd love to be involved more than anything, but we'll see. I mean, for those that don't know, I'm actually going through a child custody case. I have my first hearing coming up in 12 days. Or Levi, if you're watching this, 12 days from now will be my first day at attempting to fight for you back in my life. If anyone's curious as to why, there's no real reason why I can't see my son other than my ex-partner's just spite and bitterness. From her point of view, she believes the child's hers, Levi is hers. She stays with her. Wherever he goes, she goes. And it's like, you know, how am I supposed to have a relationship with my child if that's the way you feel? But anyway, I know you don't want to all hear about that. Just letting you into a little bit about my life and what's going on right now. But I'm going to turn the camera off now for a bit. I need to let my phone charge. I brought my power bank. Actually, there's one thing I will say is the power bank was needed. The last two that I brought with me were like slow charging ones, and I've not got the latest phone at all, but it still has fast charging. I think it's 25 watt charging, and it needs it because on the other one, last time I came camping, the reason why I stopped filming was because it took 6 hours on the old power bank to charge the phone fully. 6 hours, and I was only asleep for probably 5 hours for the whole trip. So the new one that I've got, I plugged it in probably 10 minutes ago, and I've gone from like 15% to 40% in 15 minutes or so. So it's doing really well. Definitely a good investment. Anyone who goes out camping, who uses the phone a lot, 100% get yourself a good power bank. I think mine is 10,000 milliamp. So no, sorry, it's 20,000 milliamp. 20,000 milliamp. So I'll probably get like 5 charges off it. It's pretty decent. It's got the fast charging on it, USB-C to C. Yeah, can't really say much else about it, but it's really good. Like I say, I'm not here to promote brands and promote products. That's not the point of this channel. I'm not like a pro-capitalist or anything. So I mean, anyone who's interested, you know, put it in the comments. If you ask me questions, I mean, I'll answer them honestly about the products, about the brands, where I got them, how much, etc. But as far as putting them on the channel and flashing brands in front of everyone's face or giving other companies free promotion, it's not what I'm here to do. But anyway, yeah, let me pause this, let it charge up for a little while, and I'll come back to you in a little while. Thought we could just go for a quick little walk around just to show you that there isn't any fakeness going on in my videos. I'm definitely out in the woods, nowhere to go, nowhere to run to, baby. Like I say, it would be good if I had some better lighting. I mean, I've actually got my phone torch on, as you can see, but it doesn't stretch very far. Good old Faithful there, blended into the darkness. Absolutely love this tent. English Woodsman, that's the person I was talking about. So one of the things he said he didn't like was the windows on this tent. No, I think the windows are great, especially when it's raining outside. You can sit inside the tent with the door zipped up. and just kind of see outside and watch the rain. There's nothing beats the sound of the rain pitter pattering on the tent. Oh, I just noticed something I didn't do on this tent. Put my hooks in. What this does, if you don't know, is it just helps to keep the body off the inner. I've probably not done it on any of the sides, to be honest with you. No, I haven't. It's because I was in a bit of a rush when I got here. I came here late. I think I arrived about 8:30, which is not so bad. But then obviously my camping spot had been taken by those younger kids. Well, I don't know, it's just a big group of people, I don't know how old they are, to be honest. So that meant I had to waste an hour searching around for somewhere else to camp. Now, I mean, I'm glad that I did, because it meant that I found this new location. But yeah, so this tent, I think it's good. Ventilation's good on it. I've never really had an issue with condensation before. Not that I've noticed anyway. Vents on either side. Like I say, I'm not here to show off the branding and stuff. Some people might know where the tent is, some won't know. But yeah, English woodsman, if you're watching my video, stop being a hater. It's a bloody amazing tent, that is. I just noticed as well while I was looking back at one of the videos, last video I did, I've been sat in the most awkward position filming, and you can't even see me. And when I was actually sitting in a comfortable position, you could see me. I didn't realise, because it's really hard. I can't keep touching the tripod because it'll just fall over, so I just have to record and guess that it's filming. And then, but yeah. Anyway, I'll bring you back soon because I need to relax a bit and let this phone charge again. It's just me being me, can't help but just keep talking. I'm probably made for YouTube in that sense, I never shut up, so. Get some more wood on this fire, get my hot chocolate down me, and relax. Maybe I might start watching a movie now and now. I'll just bring you back. I'm not going to be going to bed. I think the time now is just after 12. That's another thing actually I noticed on a lot of camping videos. They all seem to go to bed at like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening. It's like they get bored when they just go to sleep. I just enjoy being out in the woods. Some people find it scary. It's like being around the fire, fresh air, time to think. But yeah, I'll bring you back as and when. Hello, mother. I had to find a new camping spot because there was like a whole bunch of people down at my usual spot, so I had to waste like an hour finding a new spot. But I got one, got it all set up, got plenty of firewood, as you can see. So yeah, I just thought I'd text and say good night. Woo woo, love you. Just thought I'd bring you back while I'm in the tent. So, a little update on what I was talking about earlier. This is the tripod that I bought for the phone. Absolutely terrible. The main problem for me is this pole in the middle. So when you put it down, the pole gets in the way and it just doesn't stand up, and it's so light and flimsy. It was my first attempt at buying a little tripod, but it doesn't go up very tall, it doesn't stand up, my phone's too heavy. So when it is small and it's light, it fits in the pocket, but definitely need to upgrade. As you can see, I made myself some noodles. I'm gonna chow down on that shortly. Got my little stove in here. It's not a flame-proof mat, but it's thick enough. This is from an old camping bed. I always bring it with me. It's just a mat to sit on when I'm outside. Oh, I can cook on it now. Little stove. It's doing really well, so I'm really impressed with it, to be honest, for the price that I paid for it. It's worked a treat. As far as space inside the tent, English woodsman, that's what I was talking about earlier. I watch his videos a lot. Like I say, I'm not complaining, I'm not dissing the guy or anything. Great videos, great entertainment, same as AB Camping and the Outdoor Gear Review. Love watching 3 of them. Sorry about that little cut off a minute ago. I had a little visit from the lads down there at the other camping spot. They've lost one of their friends. It's quite funny. See if I can flip the... Can't really see me very well. Oh, might even put the torch on. But yeah, about 5 of them just came up to me and asked if they'd seen one of the friends. He apparently drank a bottle of vodka and they've lost him and his phone's dead. So, typical lads being lads. It's funny. I said to him, it's going to be a dry night, there's going to be no rain, so they'll probably find him somewhere in a bush, laid out tomorrow, like, oh! Oh, it's hilarious. I did forget to close my tent up properly earlier. So there's a few nasty bugs flying around in here. But let me flip this camera around because it's useless. Oh no, shall I leave it there? Hopefully you can see me a little bit. I don't want to blind myself. But yeah, what was I saying earlier? AB Camping. No, sorry, English Woodsman. He was knocking this tent. Obviously his version of the tent. I have a different brand tent. The original one versus his one. But honestly, it's an amazing tent. You can see I'm sat up. My feet are crossed, but I can sit up fine. I'm 5'8", and I'm saying about halfway back on the tent, so if I move forward in the tent, it's not touching my head. So yeah, definitely recommend it. If you watch my first video, I did talk about the tent a little bit, the brand, etc. But it's definitely a good tent. I recommend it to anybody. I do have the bigger version of it, the next one up, the 3-man tent. The inside has like a blackout material to stop the sunlight coming in the morning. It's really nice, but it's a bit too much though for hot weather. Whereas with the black interior, the heat just gets trapped inside it. But I'm comfy. The only issue I've got at the moment is I've got a few bugs in here. It's my own fault. I should have really got rid of them all before I come in. But it's my own fault, like I say. Eventually they'll disappear. What I need to do is zip up the tent to stop any more coming in, because I've got a habit of just like leaving the door open. Put you down here for a minute. Probably won't stand up, but no, you're falling down. Just got a phone tripod. I really need the tripod because I'm trying to film inside a tent or camping trips in general without a tripod. It's just not good. It's not a good look. That makes any You know what it is as well? It's my phone. I have the most terrible phone in terms of weight. It's so heavy. It just likes to fall down. It doesn't like to sit up, stand up. But anyway, yeah, English woodman. He was knocking his tent a little bit, I feel like, but it is a really good quality tent. I've let way too many bugs in here. I'm gonna be getting attacked all night. I do have some spray at home that I've not had a chance to spray this tent down with. Stops the bugs and stuff coming in. So I really should have done that, or brought some deep cream. I honestly didn't expect there to be this many midges out, to be honest. But it's been quite a few months since I've been last. So it's what it is. I do intend to come out camping a lot more. I've got a new spot that I want to go try in a place called Macclesfield. I've just not had the opportunity yet. I've been trying to get some more gear. I've got 2 more things to get on my list. The new sleeping bag that I want to get. Packs down a lot smaller than the ones I've got. And I want to get an AirPad, because long term I'm looking to plan more trips away. Like, I'd love to go to Finland, Sweden, Norway. They're like the next 3 places. Probably Norway is where I'm going to looking at going possibly sometime. I'd like to go this year, but I can't guarantee it. More than likely this all might be next year. But I'm taking a look at some different places to go, trying to assess the situation. But we'll see. Definitely going to be doing a lot more videos though, uploading more regular, or as more regularly as I can. But who else was I talking about earlier? AB Camping. I wasn't knocking his channel either, by the way. You should these 3 people I mentioned: AB Camping, the Outdoor Gear Review. The Outdoor Gear Review is American. AB Camping is from New Zealand. English Woodsman is from England, a bit like myself. I say we have a slightly different style of camping, me and the English Woodsman, but generally it's in a tent, outside in the woods. He seems to like the woods a little bit like me, so go watch them channels, go check them out if that's what you're interested in these videos. I was literally actually just watching AB Camping. I know he had a dog recently that died, so condolences go out to him. I know what it's like when you lose a close family pet. It's not nice, but let's not dwell on the past. He's got his puppy that he's taken out and training now, so that's pretty cool. As far as a movie I'm going to watch tonight, I've not actually decided yet. I'm going to have a scroll through Netflix, see what I can find, see what tickles my fancy. I look terrible in this light, so you'll have to forgive me. See if I can find a bit of spot to put it in. It's not very flattering, is it? Yeah, there's not really much to show you while I'm inside the tent now. The fire's gone out. I've got plenty of wood, but there isn't much point staying out there any longer with these midges. They're actually attacking me like crazy. And like I say, I forgot to bring a hoodie. Well, actually I do have one in the car, which is parked way down at the bottom where you see me start the trip earlier on. So there's no chance I'm going up to get that tonight. We'll leave that as a learning curve. I say learning curve. I've been camping for years and years. There's pretty much nothing I haven't seen or done. But you still make mistakes, everybody does. Those chicken and mushroom noodles, amazing. But yeah, you always forget stuff when you go camping, especially when you get overconfident like I have over the years. You just kind of pack everything in your bag and go. And then you get there and you go, ah, I forgot something. I think on my last trip, I brought a tin of food, assuming it had a ring pull on it, and it didn't have a ring pull. So I just sat there looking at it going, well, I'm not eating that tonight. But luckily I've got my tin opener tonight. Oh, for tomorrow actually, for breakfast, for my ravioli. So that should be nice. I've not bothered making the rice pudding. I might make it later, because I'll probably still be up for another hour or 2. I'm not going to film the whole time though, because like I say, the lighting's pretty bad in here. But in the future, I'll make sure I've got some better lighting, so you can actually see what's going on. new tripod so I can film properly. I'd love to get a camera. There's a Sony camera, apparently it's the best for like low light camping sort of videos. It's like £2,500, and honestly I can't afford that. It's like almost half a year's rent. But I'll save up a bit of money and see what I can do. I think there's a cheaper alternative, like a model down Sony. It's like £800. That's something I could probably spread the cost over a few months. See, it's something worth investing in. We're going to continue to do these videos, so hopefully you enjoy the videos. I know right now it's kind of dark, and I apologize for the terrible quality on these videos tonight, especially because I got here late. Like I say, it's my own fault. I assumed that the lighting quality would be better, but you know, shouldn't assume, I guess. Assumption is deception, as they say. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to eat the rest of my noodles, kick back, watch this movie, whichever one I pick. I'll let you know what I watch in the morning, and I'll give you a rating or a recommendation. But other than that, I'll catch you on the other side. See you all soon. So I guess, as always, is the risk when you come out wild camping. Somebody else or a few other people have found my little camping spot. That's why I like to try and keep them secret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my backpack by this tree, go on a little adventure around the woods and see if I can find something with flat ground. There's a few places to camp, but it's all kind of slopey. I'd rather try and find, so I'll spend the next 20 minutes trying to look for something with flat ground. So that's my plan, and for everyone else out there, my advice: midges are out crazy tonight. Keep your camping locations quiet, because when you want to go camping at one time, someone else has got it. Bad news. But yeah, I'll bring you back soon, and hopefully we find a new spot. So I found my location. To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that somebody else was in my usual spot. It's given me an opportunity to look around and find something better. But first thing we need to do is get this gear off my back. Next thing, we need to figure out where we're going to put this tent. I'm thinking here might be a good spot. Yeah, we'll go with this section here. Just here. I got myself a little tripod for the camera, but it's got 3 legs and then the centre pole. But the centre pole seems to get in the way a lot on an uneven surface, because the centre pole seems to be lower than the lowest point of the legs. So it's like wobbling. But make do with what we've got, let's not complain. I tried to make a little improvement since the last time we did a video. Can't say how successful that's been so far. The lighting is a little terrible because we're in the middle of the woods, obviously. It's really cloudy tonight. It's still daylight, but seems a lot darker in the camera. But we'll make it work. I'll bring you back, people, shortly. Whew. So you'll all have to excuse the video quality. To be honest, I thought my phone camera would be better, but with such low light, it just seems really grainy and terrible. But hopefully it's watchable. I can only do the best I can do for you people. Alright, first thing we need to do is get this tent set up, so we'll go do that now. first things first is get this floor mat down, which still seems a little bit wet after my last camping trip, to be honest with you. Not an issue. I'll be sleeping on the dry side anyway. So, if there is such a thing, either way, it will soon dry out. Next thing to do with this tent is the guy lines, because it's not a freestanding tent obviously. 2 guy lines at the front, 2 at the back, hold it together, or hold it in shape. We'll do that now. To be honest actually, you can just cheat on the front side. You don't even need to use the guy lines, you can just use the door. To hold this side of the tent up. A little bit of cheating, but saves messing around. Another thing I see people complaining about a lot is these tent pegs, saying they're no good, you need to buy the titanium V-shaped ones. But honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with these. They're cheap, cheerful, and they do the job. The only thing they're not good for would be snow, but I can't remember the last time we had more than an inch of snow, if I'm honest with you. Might look a little shoddy now, but I'll adjust it as we go. Same on the back, I'm going to cheat, just peg it in, no need to worry about using the guy lines. Trying to find a spot for your pegs that's not full of rocks, that's the issue. Everywhere is so rocky. You won't think it until you try and put a peg in the floor. So yeah, for the most part that's it done. 4 pegs, holds the tent together, and it's just a matter of readjusting to get it into the shape you want it, really. Looks like a bird stuck a nice little shit on the tent. Found a fairly nice little log here. Hopefully this will help me bash in the pegs. Which it has done perfectly. And there we go, people. So, as you probably know, if you've seen the last video, I'm a kind of cheap and cheerful guy. So, my foil floor mat, no camping bed, no camping pad. I just throw my mat down. It is insulated, so it keeps you warm. But with the weather being so warm these days, it's really not necessary to worry about the heat. Oh yeah, get your sleeping bag out. If you remember in my last video, I was using my red 4-season sleeping bag. This time I've brought my grey 3-season sleeping bag because the temperature is really warm. I mean, tonight the lowest we're looking at is around 16 degrees centigrade, so even this bag being a 3-season bag is probably going to be far too warm. Loosen up these compression straps. I mean, I compressed the bag to go in my rucksack, but for all the difference it makes, it's kind of pointless really. This is what you lose in width, you just gain in length, or vice versa. It still takes up the same amount of space. But synthetic bag, not a duck down, goose down bag. Probably be too warm for this weather. It's a really handy, reliable sleeping bag, inexpensive. Grey outside, orange inner, got the neck baffles, hood, zip that can go inside and outside. See, I don't want to talk about branding and stuff too much because it's not really what my focus is on this channel. But one thing I do have this time, I'll take you with me, that I didn't have last time, I always seem to forget, to be honest with you, is, if I can remember which pocket I put it in, put it in this pocket. Minus a few things. Phone charger. If you remember last time I came, my phone charger was useless, so I did upgrade my phone charger. Gloves. What I did upgrade myself to, as you can see here, I got myself a new mess tin. Got a handy little lid on it, and inside I got myself a pillow. Little blow up pillow, cheap, nothing fancy. I always forget. Little head torch, toilet roll. You can't go without toilet roll. You never know. Batteries for the head torch. We'll go put the head torch in the tent actually. That's where this little hook comes in handy. I know we're a little shaky with the videos and stuff today, probably the same as last time. Like I said, I did try and upgrade and get this tripod, which I'll show you later, but it is useless. And I'll try and stand it up now, and you'll see it'll probably fall over. In fact, I can't even stand it up, it won't do much. There's the hook anyway. You guys can't really see me right now, but hopefully once we get this head torch on, give a bit of light in here. Bit better than nothing. I do have a second head torch, so I'll stick that at the front. And should be good for light. But try and stand you up for a minute. Let's see how this pillow looks, because I've not actually tried the pillow out yet. I've not even tried to blow it up, so yeah, nice and simple, unbranded. Let's see how long it takes to puff this thing up. Four decent puffs, and there we go. It does pop back inside, so you're not having to sleep on it, but pillow, so important when you come camping. Oh, there's so many midges in it tonight. Need to get a fire going soon. Pillow, stick that inside the head part of the mummy sleeping bag, and we're good to go. Alright. So it does look kind of dark on the camera, but it is still daylight outside. You'd be surprised how light it is. The camera just doesn't do a good job at showing it. So what we're going to do here, we'll get this little chair set up, because that's pretty much the bed set up. My new chair, you've probably seen these a lot on the internet. Nice and lightweight. Because the last chair I had was from B&M's, one of them folding picnic garden chairs. Too heavy. I think it was like 2 kilos, 3 kilos even. This new one that I've got, I think it weighs like 900 grams. So it's a bit more usable for backpacking. Really simple to set up. If you haven't seen it before, I'll give you a little look, but I'm sure you probably have. So my little elastic band keeps it all tidy. Don't want to lose that. So just pop the legs into place. 1, 2, 3, and then a second one on the back side. 4. Switch it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the top bend. You get the basic gist of it, nice and simple. And then what we do, if I can stand you up again, it can be difficult sometimes the first time you put these together. How I like to do it is corner to corner, starting the top back, in the lower corner. Ooh. Then this corner goes in like so, and then the most difficult one, the last one. It takes a little bit of bending, but whoosh, there we go. Nice comfy camp chair, cheap, cheerful, does the job. Oh, it's super itchy. Midges are out crazily tonight. So, like I always say, keep all your bags together. Nothing worse than losing a bag. I'm not going to lie, I did actually forget to bring a jacket, a hoodie, anything out tonight, so it's not like me to forget, but such is life. We'll make it work. So as I was saying, a new little nest tin. Use it as a storage tin for all your bits and bobs. Super handy, super cheap. I didn't pay more than probably £10 for this, maybe less. Another new upgrade I got myself is got myself a stainless steel 750ml pot with the lid. It's got the little handle on the top so you can take it off without burning your hands. Inside I also got myself, as you can see, a new camping stove which just fits nicely inside. It's got an adapter so you can use either kind of gas bottle. You can use the small fat round ones or the tall thin ones. But yeah, handy little stove. You'll see me use this later to make my hot chocolates, etc. Folds out like this. And then the legs at the bottom fold out like so. Connectors to your gas bottle. It's got a little regulator valve for the speed of your gas. Slightly raised sides to help you against a little bit of wind. It's got the piezo igniter. I've not actually tried this yet, so it's really a first for a lot of this new gear I'm trying tonight. But we'll see how it works. No harm in trying. Just fold this away for now because I really need to go and get some firewood and get this fire going because these midges are getting crazy. If anyone knows about midges, you know they're not very pleasant. They're eating me alive right now. Put my lid on. Like I say, handy little tin. It's even got a handle so you can hang it above your fire if you need to. But yeah, nice piece of kit. Got little foldable handles on it too. So, you know, you can take it off the fire without burning your hands. Again, I didn't pay more than £10 for this. And the stove itself probably around the same, about a tenner. So the mess tin and the two tins probably £30 for the lot. But for me, that's more than enough. I'm literally getting eaten alive tonight, people. Don't laugh, don't laugh. It's my own fault for not bringing my hoodie or a jacket or anything. What was I thinking? Right, leave this here. What I'm going to do is turn you off, go grab us some wood, and I'll bring you back. Okay, Levi, here's your first present of your first birthday that you never got to open, so I'm going to open it with you today. There's a specific reason why we're going to open it together. Happy birthday again. I know you probably watch this years to come, so hopefully it means something to you. Like, I really wish I could have been there for your birthday. Honestly, it kills me inside. Even thinking that I missed it, because it's a huge milestone that we only get to experience once. But I've been thinking about you every day since the last time we've seen each other, which has been 6 months now. But let me get to it anyway. Let me open up this present for you. Happy birthday! Should we do it like you're supposed to do it? Like, just rip the present open. Rip it open. I wonder what it could be. Actually, it's something I got made especially for you, especially for both of us. So I hope that it means as much to you as it does to me. For anyone else out there that might be watching this video, I know it's a bit soppy for some of you, probably not something you really want to see on a camping outdoors video, but all these videos are dedicated to my son, so you'll just have to put up with it and bear with it and experience this along with me and hopefully my son when he's older and hopefully looks back and sees these videos. So this is what I got you for your first birthday, one of many presents. Levi, you'll always be my little boy. It's the personalised daddy and son book. Obviously this is meant to be you, Levi. This is meant to be me. I think we got your hair and your eyes pretty good. My hair and eyes didn't turn out too bad either, so that's not too bad. The message inside that I wrote for you. On this special day, I want to tell you how much I love you and how grateful I am for having such a wonderful son like you in my life. You've brought me more joy than anyone could possibly imagine, and being able to watch you grow up is truly a gift from the universe. I hope all your dreams come true this coming year, and you always know how much your daddy loves you. Happy birthday, son. I love you always, Daddy. So, one of the stories that I wanted to read to you tonight, seeing as we're out camping, something I always wanted to take you camping, but your mum always told me that she was never going to let me. So this was the next best thing, was to come out, spend the night out in the woods and read this story that I had personalised just for you. Here we go. Levi and Daddy's camping adventure. Out in the wilderness, by the fire. Good morning, everyone. It's currently about 5 AM. Temperature's about 14 degrees. It's a little blurry on the old phone, but step outside. Oh. Oh. Looks like the sun's just coming up. Flip this camera around. Still mega early. As you can see, a little fire from last night. I definitely cut up too much wood, and I've still got so much more that I could have used. I had a good night's sleep. Probably slept for about 4 hours. So I say good night's sleep, but yeah, good enough for me. My little camping chair, worked a treat, tent going strong. As I said yesterday or last night, zero condensation. I mean, I've not really made much of an effort as far as setting this thing up. And for anyone in the comments who talks about the floor mat, saying, oh, the floor mat should be underneath the tent, I totally agree, but only when it's raining. When it's a dry night, it doesn't really make any difference. Midges are out like crazy again, as you can see on my arms. All these little red marks over arm. Oh. They had a field day with me out in the woods last night. I noticed it all when I woke up this morning. Just like, whoa, got me good. Can't imagine what my face looks like. But I'm going to start packing up some of the stuff. And then I'll cook myself some breakfast. Take you up on a little walk up to the top before we head back down towards the car. And then it's home, bath, and start the rest of the day for me. I'll bring you back shortly. First thing I want to do now, people, is just light a little fire, try and clear up some of these midges. Well, we're going to set the fire this morning. Don't really want to be messing around, so I've got my little fire cube, little fire starter. Should do the trick. Pop it in the middle. Pick up some of these little small twigs. Plenty of them lying around. Ugh. Getting super attacked this morning. Next time I come out on a camping trip, everyone, remind me, bring your deep cream and spray your tent down. Obviously I know you can't remind me, but I need to remember. And a hoodie, bring a hoodie next time. Generally, that's my camping gear for when I go camping. Hoodie, hat, pair of joggers. Honestly, because I was so pressed for time, I wanted to try and get set up. I just sort of overlooked it, left it in the car. Couldn't really be bothered going back to get it, so just deal with it really. Don't need a raging fire today. Just trying to clear up some of the midges. Use what's lying around. Nice and simple fire. Plenty of smoke, that's what we need. Scare the midges away. Right, so next thing for me to do here is get this tent packed away. Put a few things in the bag already. Sleeping bag, a little boy's present, my thermal floor mat. One good thing about the day after camping is you don't have to carry as much weight. So I had 3 litres of water last night, so that's 3 kilos, that's 6 pounds. I'll finish that off this morning on the way down, so I'll be 3 kilos lighter than I was on the way up here. how easy this tent is to put away. Take the pegs out. 2 from that side. 2 from the back side. 4 pegs. Head sorted. Next, the poles. Doesn't really matter, front, back, it's all the same. One set done. Guys, I made a mistake. There we go. I love this tent, it's just so simple. So simple, easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Fire's dying down already, chewing through the wood. Let me just throw a couple of pieces on. Get back to this tent. Now, the way that you're recommended to fold it works fine, goes into the bag nice and easy, but I have found you can actually roll it a bit smaller. If you do it like this, so that is how you're supposed to start rolling it up. But I found that if you just fold it again, it's not totally in half again, but enough. You can compress it down a lot smaller. Otherwise you end up with a big long tent, and nobody wants that. I don't mind it being a bit shorter and a bit fatter. It stores away a lot easier. with it though. Folding it, rolling it really tight. Well, I don't know when that video last cut off. It only lets me record 10 minutes at a time. I've been trying to do it at Ultra HD, 60 frames per second, trying to give you better quality, but from the most part of what I've seen last night, it doesn't look that much better. And it's just cut off on me. God knows when it cut off, but it cut off. So yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm going to cook some breakfast. So I've got one left tin to carry home. Beef ravioli. We'll do it in we'll do it in my basic pot. No need to mess up the mess tin again. Honestly, this gas stove, amazing. That just proves my point. It just fell over again. Let's see if we can wedge something behind it. Give it some support. Hopefully that'll do the trick. But yeah, as I said, good morning people. Has the camera moved again? I feel like it's moved again. Nope. It's in such a weird angle from my side. This is why I need a proper camera, you know, with the flip out lenses, so I can kind of see what's going on. As I always like to say, beggars can't be choosers. Well, I've been sat here talking to the camera for like 10-20 minutes. Didn't even realise my phone's run out of memory. Because I've been recording in such high quality videos, I've literally used up like 70 gig. That was all my available space. I've only got 2 minutes left, so cut this one short, get my breakfast on the go. Take you on a little walk up the hills. It's too cloudy for sunlight to see the sunrise. And then that'll be us done. But I'll pause you for now so we can save a little bit of memory. My little pot of ravioli is ready. So we're going to eat this. And I'll let this fire die out, pour some water on it. Tidied up the old logs. So yeah, just need to wrap up my ground sheet and I'm literally ready to go. So yeah, let me eat my breakfast and then I'll catch up with you guys shortly. Alright people, well I've managed to pack everything away, as you can see. Leave no trace, you shall have no case. I've got everything right there. Spare bottle of water. Can't even get my words out this morning. Too early. Bags packed. Say the wood's tidied up. Fire's almost out. What I've managed to do is delete some old footage. So it's given me like 25 minutes worth of recording. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll take a little walk around the woods, show you what's around me, and then we'll head out back to the car. Right, let's go for this little walk then. I'll leave the bag and the fire going. By the time we get back, probably would have burnt out. I do believe some point at the edge over here there is a fence, so there's only so far we can go this way. Yeah, look, there's a fence. what we'll do is we'll walk around. Now there is a way to get on the other side of the fence, but you have to go down, way down to the bottom of the woods and sort of circle around up to the other side. So we won't do that for now. Let's see how far up we can get. I'm interested to know how far it actually goes. But I hope you've enjoyed the video as good as I could make it. I guess every time there'll be little improvements. I'm sure there's an improvement from the last video to this video. Hopefully we can make the next one even better. I know some people don't like the quiet and just walking around videos. Some people love it. So I guess you kind of got to make a little bit for everyone. Not that everyone's going to watch it, but anyone who does make it to the end, I very much appreciate it. And I'd appreciate it even more if anyone who likes the videos or wants to keep seeing more content could subscribe, like and share. It's always appreciated. The most important thing for me right now is getting more subscribers. Like I said last night, my goal at the moment is 1,000 subscribers. I think last night I did actually say 100,000. I meant to say 1,000. My hopes are not that high so early on in my channel. But if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I bear to do some streaming, live stream while I'm out camping. Talk to anyone who's out there listening. Ooh, some little rabbits over there. See if we can zoom in on them. Maybe that's a bit too zoomed in, making it a bit wobbly. Little bird just chilling over here. Oh, we missed the rabbit. He ran off. See, if I wasn't in such a rush last night, we could have came up further. Oh. There goes the sun. Popping up for you shortly. Rising up above the trees. Nice little bit of sunshine. I mean, even over here would have been a nice little spot to camp out. Maybe if we come back for tomorrow's rain, might camp out in this section over here. There's plenty of rocks to gather for a fire. Plenty of rocks over here. To be honest, it looks like someone's been here before. What's this? A clock and some flowers. Oh, I see. I think maybe someone's buried an animal here. Well, we won't pester the animal too much. Rest in paradise. So like I say, if I could have came here early enough yesterday, would have been able to show you some of these views. Let's see. We go over this way. Cut through the bushes. In fact, this would have been an amazing spot to camp in, to be honest with you. Just lumbering up the wood, bit of a pain. But there's a little bench up here. Nice view. See if we can get a little zoom in on the other side. There we go. So yeah, it's not bad for Manchester. Not at all. There's a little reservoir down the bottom down there, I can see. Goes into more woodland. Little trail here keeps going. Like I say, hope you've all enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I couldn't get the daylight on the way up, but we'll do better next time. We'll do better. Say I found a really good little spot here, I think, for next time. Obviously, if you can like, subscribe, share my videos, I'll appreciate it. And we'll try and get out to some better places, some new places. Over here seems quite interesting. Flip the camera on, show you what I'm looking at. See here? like I said in one of my previous videos as well, I know there's a lot of people that like to get out who can't get out anymore. So I guess it's nice to see other people doing what you used to like doing. And I love camping, I love being out in the nature, out in the wild. I think this video is going to be super long. Hopefully there's something worthwhile watching in here for you all. Say next time I come back up to this location, I'll do a better job, film it so you can actually see what's going on. It's a really cool little location, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like it. You see the hills behind me. It's been a lovely morning. That's one of the things I love about camping, is just waking up to the sound of the birds, a bit of nature. There's quite a lot of deers in this area, but it's hard to capture them because they hear you coming from miles away. But I'll do my best to edit this video and make it somewhat watchable. But it's probably going to be a bit skittish and all over the place, considering the issues we had last night. Again, I apologise for that. If anyone wants to know the area that I'm in at the moment, I'm in Glossop, which is maybe a 30-minute drive from my location where I live. So next on my list for places to go is up in Macclesfield. It's a place I've never been before. I've just been having a look on the map, on the sort of terrain maps, looking for places that might be viable to camp. It's next to a small reservoir, so that'd be quite nice. The sound of the water, it's always pleasant. I've got a trip to Scotland that I'm going to be going on August 18th, I think, August 16th. I'll be up there for 3 nights, so wish me luck. We can actually do some good footage up there. It'd be cool to have a drone, but there's so many cool bits and bobs you can buy for camping when you're making these videos. End up costing you a fortune. One of the things I'd love to do is buy a house, but can't really afford that. But if it came to choosing a drone and a £2,500 camera for recording these videos, as much as I'd love to do it for you all, the house would come first. Priorities and all that. I really wish my son could be out here with me now. Levi, you're missing out, little man. Oh, we've got a little friend here. Should we flip you around? He's literally not moved. Oh, there he goes. Let's not disturb him too much. Don't worry, pal, I'm not going to get you. Bad. Reminds me of a time I was up in Scotland hiking up a mountain. Did it in the snow with no proper equipment. But I was fine, I survived. But on the way back down, there was like a little bird kept following me. It's almost like it was leading the way for me to get down the mountain. And all I had on my pocket was some opal fruits. Or starburst, sorry. Check me, show my age. Some starburst. I'm not really keen on the purple ones. You probably shouldn't give birds purple starburst, but for making the effort for showing me the way down the mountain, kept giving him little starbursts here and there. The least I could do. Well, worked my way back to this camping bag. Hopefully that little walk made up for the crappy footage last night. You can actually see what's going on. I look a bit rough this morning, but it's what you get for like 4 hours or less sleep. I don't sleep great these days since not being able to see my son. I feel like I do suffer with a bit of insomnia. Just overthinking all the time, especially with obviously upcoming court case, etc. I've got a lot on my mind. So it's just nice to get out. It takes my mind off things for a little while. As much as I'm still talking about it, but like I say, these videos are really dedicated for him when he's older. To make up for the last time, I guess. The times that he didn't get to see me. Now you see me. This is what I've been getting up to while we've been away from each other. Well, I'm back at the campsite. Fire's pretty much gone out. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to come back here or not. I would like to though, seeing as the wood's dry. It's a nice little spot this, I do like it. I've just made a little fire pit, so may as well make the most of it. I have to bring my tarp next time though, because I know that my tent is starting to age a little and it needs some fab seal. But I haven't got the money for the fab seal right now, so easiest option is to bring my tarp out with me. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong side of the camera. I've just realised this whole time I've been talking to the wrong side, so sorry people. But yeah, I'll bring my tarp with me because then I can just throw the tarp over the top of the tent, and if it does rain, stay dry, still get to hear the sound of the rain on the tent, which is what we like. But let me get my backpack on, I'll bring you back. Try and look in the right side of the camera. That was a bad 14 minutes, wasn't it, people? I keep doing it, keep looking on the other side. Normally I have the camera around the other way. But yeah, get my backpack on, and then I'll bring you along with me on the way back down to the car. So, ciao for now, I'll see you soon. Right, so here we go people. I'm on the journey back down the hill. Got my bottle of water. Trying to get at least 3 litres a day in at the moment. Just a personal challenge. I do drink a lot of water, but I never really keep track of it, so 2 bottles a day, 1.5 litres each. I know I'm getting 3 litres a day in. And I've got I need to start back at the gym soon as well. One thing I did do last night though, silly move, it's probably why you should never do it, is I was stepping on some wood, like snapping the wood, and one of the pieces of wood snapped, flew up, hit me on the side of the knee. I can feel it this morning. It's like, got me right on the bone. Just my luck. But it's alright. I'm not going to cry about it. I just realised as well, if I hold the camera in my left hand, it's more natural to look at the actual camera. That's probably what it is. Because I normally have the camera flipped around the other way, so the lens will be on the other side. But well, you live and you learn, don't you? It's a nice little walk down the hill. I can already hear people around. It's about 6:15, 6:30 right now. As far as movies as well, I said I was going to watch a movie last night. Guess what I watched? Nope, I didn't watch anything. I stuck on a little bit of YouTube to watch one of the camping videos that I like to watch, one of the channels. Fell asleep. Must have dozed off in about 10 minutes. It was so comfy having a pillow, like I'm not used to having a pillow. In all the years I've been camping, I always just never thought to bring a pillow, just use my jacket or something. But it's a good job I did buy a pillow this time, because I forgot a jacket. Sod's law. But it's alright. I bet the lads down here that were camping last night are all still fast asleep, hungover. I'm not sure which side I'm going down. I might actually be going past their camping site. So we'll have a little nosy down there if we go past that location, which I think we might, to be honest with you. Because I feel like I've come right and I should have gone left. It doesn't really make a difference. I'm still walking back down the hill. I'll get there in the end. I've been trying not to film myself too much in the camera, because I know some people get irritated by someone just with a face on the screen not showing actually where they're going or where they've been. So that's what I've been trying to do with the video, or a couple of videos that I've made so far. It's just try and film forward facing where I'm going. You can still hear me talking behind the camera, so. But seeing as we're going back down the hill, I thought I'd do a bit of FaceTime. You can all see my face in the daylight, see what I look like. I think this is one of the spots I was looking at last night, which I'm so glad I didn't camp here after finding that new spot. It is, yeah, it's all on a slope. I mean, there's a bit of a flat patch here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So just here, right here near this stick, it's probably flat enough for a tent. But then as you can see, it just starts to go down, or you can't really see. But that's all a slope all the way down. So, there's a cool looking tree though. These old trees just look the best. All gnarly and twisty. If I was a kid, I'd be up there climbing like a madman. Anyway, stop talking. Well, not stop talking, but I kind of need to stop talking, don't I? Because I never shut up. Yes, this is the spot where those lads are camping out at. My usual spot. I think I just seen someone down the bottom, so it might be one of them, to be honest with you. Just surprised they'd be awake at this time. Try not to be too loud and wake them all up, especially if it was all on the vodka last night. Oh, someone out here walking the dog. Oh, I'm back, people. I took a little sneaky video of those lads where they were camping last night. But one of the tents has disappeared, so someone must have got up early and left. I just had to pause the video as I walked past someone because, you know, some people don't like being in videos and filmed, etc. So I thought it'd be polite to turn it off. But we're back. Well, we've got 4 minutes left of video footage. Someone's got a little rope swing over there. I'm not going to film in this. I think I had 25 minutes before on the camera. Now that's gone. So I've just had to switch it down to the lowest resolution there is, which I think says HD. Doesn't specify what the actual megapixel is. But we're almost halfway down. Once we get to the bottom half, it's a clear opening field. Might be a few cows in the field, some sheep or something. I'll pause the video for now. Save these last couple of minutes for the exit out of here. I'll see you shortly. A little bit of the view. We're halfway down now. It's kind of some of what you seen yesterday on the way up here. Down this little trail. And then we're back home, well, back to the car. So I'll bring you back when we get closer to the car. I just spotted my car. Oh, there it is, the little white one down there. That's me. Won't be too long, we'll be down there. Final gate to get through. Close that up behind me. Back down the hill. Don't know if you can sort of tell from here how steep it is, but oh, I almost slipped. Yeah, I've got about a minute left of footage, so I'll bring you back when I get to the car and say my goodbyes. So we made it, people. Back to the car. Thank you again for watching the video. If you made it to the end, congratulations, I appreciate it. Sun's beaming right in my eyes right now. I've come down from the bottom of the hill at the right time. Dog walkers are out. Midges are still flying. No one told me I was walking around with ravioli stuck to the bottom of my chin, so thank you very much. I've got quite a few bite marks. I'm literally covered in them on my arms. My face isn't so bad. But I've had a great night. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, if you made it to the end, congratulations. I'd appreciate it a lot if you could subscribe. Try and get me up to this 1,000 subscribers, and then we'll set a new challenge after that. But until next time, which hopefully will be a lot sooner than later, I'll catch you on the other side. Bye.